Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for Volunteer State Baseball. We are here at Pioneer Field at the Tim Garrett Baseball Complex on the campus of Volunteer State Community College for today's doubleheader action between the Pioneers and the Athletics of Brett Carroll Academy. It is a post-grad school and baseball team. They will be looking to be placed on college teams after this year is over. And a couple of BCA alumni have come to VolState in the past. Don't think we have anybody on the current roster that has played for the academy, but in the past, Noah Ward and Big J Charlotte were athletics at one point in time, and some of these players here have already committed to colleges. Got one that's going to go to Tyler Junior College as I look down here on the roster, and a boatload of them going to Pellissippi State. Of course, Pellissippi State's coach formerly was the head coach at BC Athletics. Right now, I'm not remembering his name. I'll have that for you. I'm sure there's some folks out there that do remember or do have his name. The head coach for BCA now is John Barlow. He's a longtime baseball man. Coached at Vanderbilt back in the mid-'90s and early 2000s, he told me. He was not at Vanderbilt when I was at Belmont, and I did know the coach he played for. That was Roy Mewburn. He was a character. But it's a beautiful day here in Middle Tennessee for doubleheader action. Coach McGuire had to wait just a little bit longer to fill out his lineup card. He wasn't sure what players were going to be available because of classes. So he was waiting till the last minute. VolState comes in with a 23-11 record, having lost the series to Cleveland State this past weekend. Trying to get back into the winning ways, and will be out of conference this weekend. And just in case you haven't heard, the Saturday doubleheader with Wabash Valley has been moved up to Friday, so we'll be right back here on the VolState YouTube channel on Friday. 1 o'clock is the start of game one for the Wabash Valley doubleheader. So if you were, then you get the weekend off Saturday and Sunday, but I know here in Middle Tennessee we're expecting some bad weather. Let's get to the Toyota of Gallatin starting lineups. First for our visitors from BCA Athletics. Connor Caserta, the shortstop, will lead off. He'll play shortstop. Chance Geisgond will play left field and bat second. J.C. Gamble batting third. He'll play second base. Trent Handcamp is the DH, and he'll hit cleanup. Daniel Isbell bats fifth. He'll be behind the plate. Nate Campbell is the center fielder batting sixth. Hayden Thompson at third base batting seventh. Batting eighth is the first baseman Will Clevenger. Anthony Martin in right field batting ninth, and on the mound for BCA is Chandler Richardson. He's a right-hander, 6'1", 200 pounds from Sumter, South Carolina. He is yet to commit to a college. As you see, our umpires have arrived. And the head coach is going out to meet with them. Devin Neely will be behind the plate, and Jason Carey on the bases for game one. And now for the Pioneers, are 7-10 in conference play. The lineup starts like this. Drew Plummer leading off, playing second base. Reed Mashinsky in right field, bats second. Easton Denning at first base, batting third. Gage Hoover hitting cleanup, playing left field. Scotty Dean is the DH. He bats fifth. Luke Lawson in center field batting sixth. Hudson Blank is behind the plate. He'll bat seventh. Batting eighth is A.J. Armstrong, the third baseman. Batting ninth, Brady Nepper will play shortstop. And on the mound for VolState for his second start of the year, 6'1", 190-pound redshirt sophomore R.J. Moore from Beach High School, hometown Goodlettsville, Nashville area. Already has his agribusiness degree here at VolState, working on an entrepreneurship tech certificate. He's the son of Ricardo Moore out of Goodlettsville and Brooke Heiler out of Nashville. Hello to his younger sisters Joy and Hope, and Nana in Nashville, and Papa and Gigi also in Nashville. RJ comes in with an 0-1 record, 6 appearances. Take that back. This is his third start. He has 2 starts. 5.59 ERA and 9 2/3 innings of work, 8 hits and 9 runs. 6 of those are earned. Has walked 7, struck out 11. He has a team high 7 hit by pitches this year. He'll try to keep the ball off the opponents today. Do not have any statistics for any of the players for BCA, so don't have that to concern myself. They are wearing light blue jersey tops, white pants. VolState went with the red top and white pants today. And a lot of ground rules here at Pioneer Field. Jim McGuire makes sure to let both the umpires and the coaches know how the field will play here. Lady Pioneers yesterday, in a game doubleheader win that I broadcasted on the VolState Sports Network, they defeated Dyersburg State the first 2 of 4 games of a doubleheader on the road on Friday. That will conclude their 4-game series with Dyersburg State. Had a game that had a tale of 2 games, I guess, in yesterday's contest. After an inning and a half, VolState was down 9-2. Allowed 3 runs in the first and 6 in the second against Dyersburg State, and then went the next 10 innings in 2 games, did not allow another run, and collected 22 of their own. Scored 13 runs and won 15-9 in game 1, and then 9-0 in a mercy rule game in game 2. So it's fun to see some fast pitch softball, but always good to get right back into this press box with the upgraded windows, the brand new custom windows by MGM Industries, and the new flooring by Right Rug Flooring. Paint a couple of years ago, my lovely wife and I got in here and put 6 coats on the wood paneling inside, and thanks to Dr. T and the maintenance folks, got a brand new door in here. Coca-Cola, my buddy Amos Blake donated a refrigerator. Dan Zettel, father of Ethan Huddleston, former shortstop for VolState, helped me install the countertop laminate, and trying to see if there's anybody else as I look around. Dudak Communications, they donated a beautiful sign, the baseball logo, on a round disc that's right behind on the big wall here inside the press box. So it's a place I enjoy coming to, and I know that Coach McGuire enjoys bringing recruits up to here to have conversations, and very proud of that. So I want to thank all of the folks that have helped to upgrade the press box, and soon we should be seeing ground break on the new pavilion and restrooms that are going to be put right behind the press box here at Tim Garrett Baseball Complex. And there's a story about Tim Garrett, the former legislator that helped to make all this possible originally on getting lights here at Pioneer Field and the press box built, I think, back in the mid-90s. the coaches for VolState showed that to Coach McGuire and said, "Did you realize you were the 7th coach that has coached here at VolState?" And he came in July of 2021. Tom Kirby started it all 1973 till 1979. I'll get to the rest of the coaches in between Coach Kirby and Coach McGuire. As you see, the Pioneers take the field, and we'll have our national anthem. Our public address announcer and DJ Kobe Ross gets us started. So we'll take a break, and we'll be right back on the VolState Sports Network.
Take the step. 1, 2, 3, just like that. Take the step, the one you've always wanted to a better you and a brighter future. Choose a path to create, innovate, or educate. A path to your career. One that builds you as a person, or one where you build for the people of the future. Choose a path to save lives or check eyes, to study the human body, soul, and mind, to fight crime both in person or online, to code, market, or be an entertainment rock star. Take the step to your full potential, to everything you've dreamed of. Take the step here, there, and eventually everywhere. With the pros of the profession, the Grammy winners, the commercial producers, the engineers, the doctors. Life is full of steps, so why not make yours count? This is us. This is VolState.
And Kobe Ross says,
Play ball.
play ball. Caught him off guard there. He's not completely sure yet what he's gotten himself into up here in the press box, but he is willing to learn. Today, apparently handling both the DJ duties and the public address announcing. Have somebody that's shy. Alec Trumke, he's got a job to do up here. He is our director, and he is also switching the cameras. He's doing commercials. He's also trying to become the world's best Pokemon player on his. No, that's not Pokemon you're playing on that game, because that's not homework. I know that. Some sort of a game he's playing on his cellular device. So if he doesn't switch to the cameras, folks, you guys be my auditors. If he doesn't switch to the right camera, send me an email at treesports@gmail.com, and we will dock his pay. Since he doesn't get paid anything, we'll start cutting digits off of his finger. We're tough up here in the press box. Jaden Perez shows up at the very last moment. He had to be down with the gang, I guess. We are about set as R.J. Moore getting his warm-up tosses to Hudson Blank. Hudson, I think this might be his first start behind the plate in a regular season game. Played third base this year. He's DH'd in one of the Cleveland State games, I believe. The utility man is behind the plate for the first time this year. VolState 4 games this week. Nothing this weekend. Then don't right now have a midweek game scheduled. I think Coach McGuire might be trying to get one scheduled for next week. Connor Caserta stands in and swings at the first pitch he sees at 1:02 Central Time. Game time temperature 61 degrees. Brought to you by Accurate Mortgage. Caserta standing up straight in the batter's box. Takes ball 1. Sort of 5'9", 160 pounds from Arrington, Tennessee. Looks at ball 2. He's committed to Pellissippi State. Over in Knoxville, 2-1 pitch, swung on and missed. Take you a hack. He actually foul tipped it, said home plate umpire Devin Neely from Franklin, Kentucky. Sean Hughes is the head coach at Pellissippi State. He was here with BCA at least the last couple of years, I believe. 2-2 coming. Fouled straight back. Twelve players on the BCA roster that currently have already committed to Pellissippi State. They may be one of those schools that will take like 70 players on their roster. I know Roan State does that. They'll have like 70 players on their roster in the fall. Foul ball off to the right side, and Caserta is hanging tough. Again, if I'm not pronouncing that name correctly, you can send me an email and let me know. If you are Mama Caserta or Daddy Caserta. 2-2 from RJ. Overhand breaking pitch lands high. And right off the bat, we'll have a full count. Ministries full count. On deck, Chance Geisgond. Line drive out to Reed Mashinsky, and he makes a nice over-the-shoulder catch on a well-struck ball by Caserta for our first out. And thanks to A.J. Fawson, we have our center field camera back. Don't depend on me for electronics, folks. Nice breaking pitch there to Geisgond, the left fielder, from R.J. Moore. I know Alec Tromke's happy to have that camera angle back. He likes watching the game on the computer. 0-2 with a couple great breaking pitches there by the redshirt sophomore from Beach High School. And he wasn't happy. And he drills Geisgond in the back with a fastball. Tried to come inside on the fastball, and he has plunked his 8th batter of the year. Umpire wants to make sure that Geisgond down at first base is okay. Going to give him a little bit of time. Assistant coaches for BCA, Blake Hubble and Tyler Orr. Not sure which one is who on the base path, but I know John Barlow is in the dugout. Brett Carroll is the owner of Brett Carroll Academy. Left-handed hitting J.C. Gamble, the second baseman, stands in, looks at a called strike. Gamble from Sidon, New York. Throw over to first, and Caserta says, "Don't hit me again." Denny slaps the tag right on that spot where he got hit. No, I'm just kidding. He didn't do that. Gamble with a high back elbow, Joe Morgan style. There's a sharp breaking pitch again. RJ's got that pitch working early. Gamble actually is a switch hitter, 5'8", 180 pounds. Throw over to first, gets away from Denning, but not far enough for Caserta to move up. You know, I say these Pellissippi names on here. It's actually under a category that says current school. So they've not. Okay, not Caserta. You're right. It is Geisgond on ground ball to the left side. Glove by Armstrong. He's going to go to second for one. Plummer's throw to first is late. Geisgond is forced at second base. Slow roller to the left side. And Armstrong able to get over in glove. Wind picking up here at Pioneer Field. Just been saw that we are also on YouTube and Cable Access Channel 19 today. Thanks to Chief Engineer A.J. Fawson. See the wind blowing out there on the center field camera, and all of a sudden just started picking up. Runner goes, pitch is down, throw to second, right on the dot. Just a hair late. Great throw there by Blank. A stolen base for Gamble. Shows on the weather app that I have that winds at 5 miles an hour, but that was a gust right there, easily 15. You can see it on that camera that, oh, didn't get switched to the second baseman. What happened, Alec? There's another hit by pitch. We're working with 5 cameras here trying to figure out how to get that play down at second base a little bit better. Well, either one of 2 or 3 should be able to do it. And definitely 4 will get it. 2 hit batters in the inning have 2 athletics on base. If you're thinking athletics as in Oakland, you're getting confused with these Kansas City Royal sky blue colors. So you can't think green and yellow and white. They have their own brand. Hudson Blank goes out to have a chat with R.J. Moore, try to settle him down. As he has hit 2 batters here in the top of the first, something he definitely does not want to do. And there's a wild pitch that's going to move runners up. Now 2 runners in scoring position for Daniel Isbell, the catcher. 5'7", 180 pounds from Mount Juliet, Tennessee. So I was saying the category says their current school, so they're currently enrolled in Pellissippi State, not that they have signed with or committed to go play at Pellissippi State. So I apologize for that. Time called as Hudson Blank apparently having a communication issue and can't hear pitching coach Trevor Mootsie. Coach Mootsie just waves Hudson back to behind the plate. Not sure what the issue was there, but I don't think he's just going to say, go ahead, Hudson, you call your own game. That doesn't happen much anymore in college baseball. 2-0 pitch coming to Isbell, and he swings and misses at a fastball right on his hands. Moore does not have a velo problem at all. He can run it up there. Upper 80s, low 90s. He's got a very sharp breaking pitch. It's fisted up the middle. Nepper charges, gloves, throws on the dirt, dug out of there by Easton Denning. 2 good plays right there to end the top of the first. No runs, no hits, no errors. 2 runners left on base. Headed to the bottom of the first. VolState coming to the plate.
We're all working in the cloud. But what really is the cloud? If you start pulling back the clouds themselves, you find out it's an infrastructure. Computer science is really computer engineering. Right now,
Middle Tennessee is quickly becoming a growing tech hub with several IT companies that are looking for skilled workers.
if you're pursuing the CIT program at VolState, you're preparing yourself to fill those positions.
Have you ever wondered what happens when you click Buy It Now? A whole series of transactions take place, from the manufacturer to your front door.
That is logistics and supply chain management.
At VolState, we offer end-to-end supply chain courses.
Going into the future, our students need to understand these processes.
A lot of business is dependent upon getting a product on time.
Students here at VolState are able to leave here with that knowledge.
Because the supply chain
Is counting on me.
Bottom of the first. VolState coming to the plate. Drew Plummer, Reed Mashinsky, and Easton Denning set to take on the right-hander Chandler Richardson. He's having to take his sleeve off. I don't know the wardrobe rules here, but I think if you have it on one sleeve, you have to have it on another as well, maybe. Devin Neely, he knows all the rules. He's the home plate umpire. Not sure how long he's been umping, but this isn't his first year. He looks like he's 22 years old, but he's a little bit older than that. Had some nice conversations with him. I believe he's a financial analyst in his day job. But he is traveling around and umping, getting a lot of work. Hopefully he's rising up the ladder of umpires. Seems like a very nice young man. Drew Plummer steps in. Bob and Lynn Plummer are here, his grandparents, Papa and Nanny. 5'11", 170-pound redshirt sophomore from Spring Hill, Tennessee, Summit High School. There's a strike on the outside corner at the letters. Son of Bobby Plummer in Spring Hill and Stacy Plummer in Thompson Station. Nana Sue's in Hendersonville and Mimi's in Spring Hill. It's a ground ball up the middle. Backhanded by Gamble, trying to throw Plum out at first. He's not going to be able to do it. Plum reaches on an infield single to lead off the bottom of the first. Reed Mashinsky stands in from Bradenton, Florida. 6'3", 175 pounds. He's also a redshirt sophomore, and he's going to get plunked. Runners now first and second. No chance that Chandler Richardson's trying to hit Reed Mashinsky. The son of Mike and Karen Mashinsky, the grandson of Grampy and Grammy in Sarasota. Just talking to my brother who lives down in Palmetto, Florida, and he said he's been spending way too much time with the medical staff around the Bradenton, Sarasota area. Said it's not fun to get old sometimes. Easton Denning steps to the plate with 2 on, nobody out in the top of the first. Freshman from McMinnville, Tennessee, Warren County High School. 6'3", 215 pounds. Son of Terry and Sierra Denning. He swings at a pitch that nearly hit him on the hip. Fouls it back. Ruby, Willa, and Lawson, they're probably in school. Pappy and Nani and Papa and Grana down in McMinnville, they're not in school. Nor are Stacy and Gigi in Dunlap. I'm heading to Dunlap tomorrow. Sequatchie County. Slider misses inside. Got to go clean that hot tub. Our Airbnb. My wife likes going up there. Beautiful view at that Airbnb. A little tiny house. 4 acres. 2 balls and a strike as Plum is bouncing off a second. The fastball misses up, and Denning now with a 3-1 count. He's in a biology major here at VolState. Leading the club in RBIs, doubles, and hits, hitting .305. Looking for a pitch to hit right here and drive. He didn't get it. He got jammed, and he's going to ground out, and it's a swinging bunt that moves up Plummer and Mashinsky 90 feet. So one first baseman grounds out to the other. And that brings Gage Hoover to the plate. Sophomore from Stewart's Creek High School, hometown Smyrna, Tennessee. My oldest grandson's favorite player. How's that one straight back? Talked to Gage a little bit before the game. Told him that. It's because he hits home runs, he hits bombs. Chicks and 7-year-olds dig the long ball. By a healthy cut there. And I believe it's an 0-2 count, is it not? Didn't he foul the first pitch back? Well, the Toyota Gallatin scoreboard is showing 1-1. There we go. It's fixed. He's probably down there playing Pokemon. There's a drive into center field. That'll get down for a base hit. One run's going to score, and Jim McGuire is waving Mashinsky around, and there is a 2-run single for Gage Hoover. He might have just retaken the RBI lead back from Easton Denning. They've been bouncing back and forth, and he has. He now has 37 RBIs as Scotty Dean steps to the plate. VolState scored the Framework Athletics' first runs of the game, driven in by Gage Hoover. Scotty Dean from Rossview High School up in Clarksville is the DH today. Scotty, a transfer from Chattanooga State, 6'2", 230-pound sophomore. Richardson's slider misses away, and he's gone 2 balls and no strikes. The son of Wynn and Katie Dean, brother to Carter. Scotty hitting .254. Good cut right there, just under that fastball. He's got 3 doubles, 2 home runs, 7 RBIs. He leads the team in hit by pitches. We don't want to see that go up in this game. He's got 12 plunkings. Will slide through the 5-hole of Daniel Isbell, and Hoover moves down to second base on the wild pitch. Count goes 3-1 on Scotty with Luke Lawson in the on-deck circle. Scotty has also walked 19 times. His on-base average is .485, and he's a ball away from walking again, 3-1 count. Couple looks back at second. Fouls that one straight back, and we'll have another Full Count Ministries full count. Love the new Full Count Ministries sign out there on the right center field fence, right next to the hit after hit sign. Thanks to the Full Count Ministries staff for allowing me to use their summer league equipment from time to time. So there's a full count first pitch foul ball. John Smithson, the new executive director. Josh Carmen, the director of baseball operations. He's also an assistant coach at Trevecca Nazarene University in Nashville. And Reed Glover, the director of discipleship and resources over at Full Count. There's ball 4, his 20th walk of the year. So infield single by Drew Plummer. And a hit by pitch to Reed Mashinsky. Ground out by Denning moved them to second and third, and a single to center by Gage Hoover drove in Plummer and Mashinsky with the Framework Athletics first runs of the game. And now Dean has walked, and runners at first and second for Luke Lawson, who swings and foul tips that ball into the mid of the catcher. Luke getting opportunities here because of the injury to Devin Thrain, who is on the mend. Not sure if he's dressed here for the day or not, but not in the lineup as Lawson nearly bent right into that breaking pitch. 5'11", 165-pound redshirt freshman from Powell, Tennessee. Went to Halls High School. Son of Cale and Beth Lawson. I'm sure they're listening in on the VolState Sports Network on YouTube. He's got an older sister, Lauren. He's got a pawpaw in Powell and Dee Dee in Nana. They're in Knoxville. Luke had a good weekend against Cleveland State. Fouls that one straight back. Now hitting .313. He's got 10 hits. They're all singles. 7 RBIs. Stolen 7 bases, yet to be caught. Played pretty well out in center field, too, on a very windy weekend. 2-2 pitch. Started to go, holds up. They want to check on the base umpire, and he says, no, he did not go. So we'll have a full count. Ministries full count. Hudson Blank in the on-deck circle, awaiting his at-bat. Lawson has walked 6 times. He's also been hit 6 times. It's a hard ground ball to his shortstop down on his knees. His Caserta, his throw is high, and Lawson reaches on the air. And the bases are loaded for Blank. Hudson comes in hitting .295. So the first error of the game. Oh, they gave him a hit? Okay. I don't know about that one. They put a hit up on the Toyota of Gallatin scoreboard. Blank starts to go up, pitch about nose high and holds up. Swings at a pitch that is down in the dirt, blocked nicely there by Isbell. Say more smothered than blocked, probably. 1 out, and the bases are loaded. Hoover's down at third, Dean's at second, and Lawson is at first base. 2 runs already scored. High chopper that will be gloved by the pitcher. He'll turn and throw over the head of the first baseman, Clevenger, and at least 2 runs are going to score. They'll hold runners at second and third, so give Blank at least an RBI on the ground out. But he reaches on the errant throw by the pitcher. And Anakin Jack Armstrong steps to the plate. Ball State now leads 4-0. They will put a flash and error. We're going to hear more of the Star Wars theme. I think Chandler Richardson probably likes that song. That's why he wanted to take the time to tie his shoe and hear more of it. We don't have to worry about explicit lyrics there, do we, Kobe or Jaden? We're all good with an instrumental theme song. That's right. Everybody should. I think it should be easy listening music. It's just, piano concertos and Tchaikovsky and that kind of business. AJ stands in. He's a freshman, 6'1", 225 from Cannon County, Woodbury, Tennessee, the son of Jack and Sharon Armstrong, brother to Kaylee. He pops one up into right field. See if that'll be deep enough to score. The catch is made by Anthony Martin. His throw to the plate is going to be in time to get Luke Lawson, and that will end the inning on the double play. A fly out and a throw out. Nice throw by Anthony Martin to get the runner at home plate. But I don't disagree with the send by Coach McGuire. Let's go ahead and see if we can test the young man's arm. 4 runs on 3 hits, 1 error in the inning. VolState leads 4-0 after 1.
A degree in criminal justice can help you find the exciting career that you've been looking for. As a member of law enforcement, as a crime scene investigator, a teacher in a classroom, a detective working on cases, a lawyer or a judge, or nearly any job where you get to put the bad guys away. Learn more at volstate.edu.
Cybercrimes take place online, and companies need more well-trained workers to stop it.
VolState is training me to help combat cybercrimes in the future.
We're training them for those type of jobs that are out there. VolState CIT programs prepare students to earn industry standard certifications within the IT industry.
I choose VolState because the future needs me now. My story could be your story.
Tim Reese back on the VolState Sports Network, joined by Alec. Did just use a fifth camera for that play at the plate. Throw by Anthony Martin to nip probably one of the fastest, if not the fastest, base runner on the VolState team. So catch was made in shallow right field. You probably saw it just right on the edge of the camera, the right field camera, and his throw to the plate in time to get Lawson, who tried to slide around Isbell. But the tag was applied. Nate Campbell leading off here, facing R.J. Moore. Nate Campbell is the center fielder. Started to go. Ball pops in and out of the glove of Hudson Blank. Campbell, 5'11", 180 pounds, from Macon, Georgia. He's a smart young man. Slow roller to the left side. R.J. Moore gloves, and he's not going to be able to get Campbell. There's the first base hit of the game, and it didn't go 40 feet. Third base runner for BCA. That had two batters hit by a pitch in the first inning. That brings up Hayden Thompson, third baseman. That gets through the wickets. Down to second goes Campbell. Now the question is that a wild pitch or a pass ball? See if I can see it, if it actually got any dirt. Yeah, that got a lot of dirt. Wild pitch to R.J. Moore. That's the second wild pitch of the day. Fastball above the letters for ball. 2-0. Thompson, 5'10". Says he's 230. From Jacksonville, Texas. That's what it is. He's taking classes at Tyler Junior College. Now look at a 3-ball, no strike count. Bobby Hudson, the athletic director, Hall of Famer in the TWCAA, is checked in. You can close that and get that out of your way if you want. Sitting in the president's seat, and when the president's not here, it's Bobby Hudson's seat. 39 years being a paid employee for VolState. And there's a 4-pitch walk to Hayden Thompson. I used to live in Tyler, Texas, and that's where Tyler Junior College is. Lived there for 8 years. Actually used to work out inside their college facilities. Wasn't too far from our office, so. That's back when I used to work out, Bobby. Now I just sit on my rear end and watch baseball. That's all. You got one of those too? You don't have an indoor track though. Breaking pitch to Clevenger, the first baseman. You don't have an indoor pool either. That's where I started doing my triathlon training. That's right. I've done some triathlons. You can't tell by the way I look now, but I could show you some pictures. Probably show way more than you want to see. Yes, a few Jersey Mikes ago. Well, actually, probably a whole lot of Mexican, chippy dippy, chips and salsa and cheese dip. 1-1 pitch to Clevenger. Popped up on the left side. That'll get out of play. Clevenger, 6'2", 180 pounds, from Alpharetta, Georgia. That's just north of Atlanta. On deck, Anthony Martin, the right fielder. No outs, 2 on here in the top of the second for Brett Carroll Academy. Nice breaking pitch there, swung on and missed. And that's a Chick-fil-A Gallatin strikeout. First of the game for R.J. Moore. Ricardo Jr. That's what the R.J. stands for. Gavin King is dressed out for the first time that I've noticed. He's our ball boy today. Former Liberty Creek Wolf. There's a nice breaking pitch to Martin on the outside corner for a called strike. Martin, 5'8", 170 pounds. In Rhode Island. Vacationed there for about a week a couple years ago. It was cold up there. Not in Cumberland, but that was Providence and down on the coast. Can't remember the name of that little town where all those really big houses are located. My wife likes the architect. Uh-oh, bat phone's ringing. Nice slider there for a called strike. That ball looked like it was coming right at Martin. He saw 2 of his teammates have already been hit by pitches, and he had already felt that pain, and that breaking pitch sailed right across the dish. 1-2 count as Moore looks back at second. Swing and a miss on a ball in the dirt. Runners are going to try to advance. Blank's throw down is snagged by a strikeout. Both runners move up on another wild pitch. And Connor Caserta, the shortstop and leadoff batter, stands in. Sees a breaking pitch. He lined out to Mashinsky, who had to make a nice running over the shoulder catch. It's the best hit ball in the first 9 batters has come to the plate by far. Takes a cut, baby. He wears number 1. Who does he remind you of for VolState? The number 1 for VolState is who he reminds me of. Elijah Harris. Not a big guy, but he takes a cut. There's a breaking pitch in there for a called strike. That wasn't the big call, was it, Bobby? That wasn't the one you're expecting? President calling you? Donald Trump? Dr. Wendy. She's probably listening in. They've got a wedding to attend to. Swing and a miss, ball on the ground. Blank's going to throw down to first to record the out. And the last 3 retired via the Chick-fil-A Gallatin strikeout. Stranding 2. Did get 1 hit in the inning. No runs, no errors. VolState still leads 4-0 and getting the sticks going again in the bottom of the second. You're listening to Comcast Channel 19 and YouTube on the VolState Sports Network.
Hey, Jake, that personal price you gave me was a home run. I can't wait to give you some free baseball lessons.
Man, I'm really excited about this myself. But you do realize the thing with Toyota Gallatin is everybody gets the personal price. It's what makes us special.
Wait, what? Everybody gets it?
Everybody gets it.
Let's play ball.
Okay.
Jake, you ready?
Let's do this, Coach. Hey, Coach, this is pretty easy.
We'll see about that.
Oh, I think I pulled something.
Yeah, better luck next time, old man.
I think I'm done, Coach. Call 911.
Welcome back to Gallatin, Tennessee. Bottom of the second we go. Saw Coach McGuire and Jake Thompson from Toyota of Gallatin right there. It was a little bit of a cool day there a couple falls ago that they shot that commercial. Brady Nepper stands in and squares around the bunt. Ball's outside. Nepper, a sophomore, transferred from Cumberland University. He was there for a semester and then decided he didn't want to sit on that JV squad, so transferred to VolState, which is where he was playing. You guys laughing at my JV? He's a freshman. How many freshmen is Cumberland starting over there on their varsity? There's a base hit into right field as Nepp gets him a solid single to begin the second. Brady 5'10", 170 pounds. Business major, the son of Gary Nepper and Stacy Chapman. Nana in Springfield, granddaddy and grandma, they're down in Jackson, Tennessee, as Plum stands back in. That list look okay to you think? Joe and Bobby Hudson has been around for almost all of those, I guess. You knew Tom Kirby, though, didn't you? Okay, but you weren't here when they started the program. You weren't here that early. 1973 was it? Throw over to first. VolState baseball started in 1973. Tom Kirby, the first coach. He coached for like 6 or 7 years there. And did he take another position with VolState in 1979? PE teacher is what's supposed to have been a pitch out. The catcher hops out, but the pitch was over the plate almost. Did he call it a strike? Is it? No. Okay. I was going to say it's a 1-1 count. I didn't remember what the first pitch was. Fastball is up as Nepper's bluffing over at first. Plummer had an infield single in the first and scored the Framework Athletics' first run of the game. Huge lead by Nepper, and he takes off. Pitch is popped up. Nepper going to have to find it. The first baseman, Clevenger, is going to come over and make the catch for out number 1. And Reed Mashinsky will step to the plate. Maybe a little gingerly after being plunked right in the middle of the back last time he came to the plate. But throw over to first. Nepper back in time. Nepper, 3 stolen base attempts. He's been successful twice. I would expect him to go, and he does go. Pitch right down the can. Throw down to second is not in time. A delayed call out there. A little dramatic right there for our base umpire, but a stolen base for Brady Nepper. That is the 50th stolen base of the year for VolState. They've only been caught 4 times. Leading base stealer is at the plate. Well, it was at the plate. Popped out. Drew Plummer. Reed Mashinsky, he can run. He's got 5 steals and 5 attempts. Hitting .333 coming into today's game. And after that first at-bat, he's still hitting .333. Leads the team in triples with 2. Has 17 RBIs. Has an opportunity right here to get his 18th. If Richardson will throw a strike, he's asking the home plate umpire, is that outside? Well, here's what I can say. It's definitely not inside. I don't think it was low. 2-1 count to Mashinsky with 1 out and 1 on. In the bottom of the second inning. And now a pirouette, but a no throw So if you're keeping track at home, which I hope you're not, because I'm not even keeping track of that, not on paper, you only allowed one of those per batter. That's called a disengagement. Slider down in the dirt. Smothered again by Daniel Isbell. Chance guy's gone as the left fielder. Nate Campbell, center field. Anthony Martin with an assist already in today's game. He's out in right field. Hayden Thompson's the third baseman. Connor Caserta is a shortstop. J.C. Gamble at second. Will Clevenger at first. Popped up to the right side. That should get down. It will. Clevenger gave chase, but that just brings us to a full count ministries. Full count. Other new signs out there on the outfield wall. Got a new Chick-fil-A of Gallatin sign out there, thanks to Mary and Greg Garrettson. They are our strikeout sponsor. Cultivate Performance also has a new sign out on the wall. That is ball 4 outside, and Mashinsky's been to the plate twice. Still does not have an official at bat. Second walk of the game by Chandler Richardson puts runners now at first and second. Easton Denning comes to the plate for the second time with runners at first and second. Grounded out to the first baseman in his first plate appearance. Easton came in 5th in the conference in RBIs with 36. Gage Hoover with his 2-run single in the first overtook him. He now has 37 RBIs. Denning leads the conference in doubles with 15. And leading the team with 36 hits. Now tied with Gage Hoover, who has 36 hits. They've got the runner picked off. Richardson throws to third, and I think if Knepp had gone right to second right there, he's going to be tugged out by the pitcher, and Mashinsky will move down to second. So actually caught stealing is Knepper. I don't know if it's on the original throw that he throws or if it's ultimately, because he's actually caught going back to second, but I'm going to put caught stealing. 1 to 5 to something to 1. I'll figure it out. Denning nearly drilled with that high inside fastball, and Mashinsky moves down to third on a wild pitch. Moved to second on the rundown. Bobby Hudson the other day when we had about 9 assists on a play, he emails me and says, "Hey, how do you score that?" Telling you, Richardson is dialed in on the body of Easton Denning. Everything is staying inside. Probably not a bad strategy. You don't want Easton Denning to extend his hands. He's a strong young man. 3-0 pitch. I'm pretty sure Coach gave him a green light, didn't put a take on a 3-0. That was a pitch to hit right there, but let's see if Richardson will come back with another pitch for Easton to hit here. He does, and Denning hits a towering fly ball at the center field. That's going to get over the head of Nate Campbell, and he's going to cruise into second base with a that double. RBI and a Denning double. It's his 16th of the year. He drilled that one. Reed Mashinsky came in. The score, VolState now leads 5-0. 5 hits in the game for VolState. Gage Hoover has one of them. Drove a single right back at the pitcher. 2 runners on. Drove in Plummer and Mashinsky in the first. Now has another stake standing out at second. Fastball catches the outside corner. I like that new center field camera, Bobby. You see that right there? A.J. Fawson got it working out there with all. And it wouldn't have happened without Bobby Hudson. Had to get some new equipment. That full count transmitter receiver just wasn't cutting it, was it? I mean, you can't hide money. You gotta spend money to make money or to look good anyway. 2-1 count to Hoover. Richardson staring at Denning at second base. That ball's hit high and it's hit deep to left field. Gage Hoover has just put another one on the board. 2-run home run for Gage Hoover out into the grass in left field. He got it far enough into left center field that it did not damage a car in the parking lot, but there's a fan out there. He's going to go retrieve that. I don't know that Mike or Angie are here at the ballpark, as we've got a subdued celebration for some reason now. The boom is not happening. Gage Hoover is gone back up on the RBI lead. He has 4 in the game. That's his 8th home run of the year. Scotty Dean stands in now with nobody on. 2 out. Pops one up to the right side. Going to be a tough play. Anthony Martin, a long way to go, and he comes over and he can't make the play in foul territory. Scotty Dean says, thank you very much. VolState with 3 here in the second after scoring 4 in the first. Yeah, ECA Athletics has a camera they've got a little like bird nest on a tripod right behind home plate, right between the dugout and the fence. Swing and a miss as Dean is down on strikes. But they've got, I don't know what they call those kind of cameras right there, but I've seen those for baseball broadcasting before. VolState scores 3 in the inning on 3 hits. No errors and nobody left on base. 7-0 is the score after 2. Thank you for watching and listening on the VolState Sports Network.
Welcome to the VolState Nursing Lab. The simulation lab allows students to come in a safe environment and practice real-world patient care without worrying about harming patients. We have 5 high-fidelity mannequins that we use with our nursing students in our lab to simulate real-world scenarios that they're going to see once they're out in the hospitals working. We have an adult mannequin, as you see here. She simulates everything from a normal patient to wounds to trachs, IVs. You can give her medications. We have pediatric mannequins. We have a mom mannequin. We also have other models to where students can start IVs, they can put tubes and drains in, they can remove tubes and drains, do wound care. Also, if we lose clinical placement, then students can still simulate those real-world experiences in the lab to get the same experience and be prepared when they graduate and enter the workforce as a nurse.
Summit Concrete call to the bullpen for VolState here in the third. Redshirt sophomore Caden Blackford on for redshirt sophomore R.J. Moore. Blackford, 6'2", 180-pound right-hander from White House, Tennessee. Went to White House High School, marketing major. Son of Jeff and Kim Blackford. Brother to Alexa and Davis. Hello to Pop in Ridgetop and Nana in White House. Blackford on for his 13th appearance, which now breaks the tie with Drew Moorhead. I think he's also tops in the league in that category in appearances. 3.63 ERA has a 1-0 record. 1 save, 17 in the third innings of work. He faces 2, 3, and 4 in the BCA lineup. Chance Guy's gone. Was hit by a pitch right in the middle of the upper back. He backs away from that breaking pitch that lands just a little bit inside. The count goes 2 balls and no strikes. Blackford giving up 9 runs, 7 of those earned, walked 5, struck out 13. He has plunked 3 batters as well. There's a comeback fastball for a called strike. Guys gone, Gamble, and Handcamp. The 3 due up for BCA. Down by 7. Another breaking pitch is not landing right now for the tall right-hander. Digs him a little deeper spot out there by the rubber and delivers. Popped up and out of play. Blackford has fought back in the count with a full count. Ministries full count. Yeah, I like looking at that center field camera. The ball's lifted out to right center field, but that's where Reed Mashinsky patrols. Long legs get him to where he needs to be regularly. Pretty good defensive outfield for VolState. Devin Thrain's an excellent center fielder. Out with an injury right now. He's taken over. Luke Lawson has done a very good job out there in center. Hoover's made some diving plays. Let's see if Reed can get to this one. Lined out to right. He's going to make that one heading toward the fair line. So a couple of putouts for Mashinsky. And BCA, 2 outs and nobody on here in the third. That was J.C. Gamble, switch hitter who reached on a fielder's choice and was stranded at third in the first. Trent Handcamp was the second batter hit by a pitch in the first inning. He was stranded at second. Blackford pitching from the stretch and a lot of breaking pitches that just hadn't been able to dial in here yet. Would expect that probably see 5 or 6 pitchers if we go the full 7. There is a 10-run mercy rule after 5 innings. I'm playing 2 7-inning games here today. Swing and a miss. A fastball out of the zone up. Blackford's picked up his first collegiate save and his first collegiate win this year. Swing and a miss and a Chick-fil-A Gallatin strikeout ends the inning. Is the 4th strikeout of the game by Pioneer pitching. We'll head to the bottom of the third. VolState leads 7-0.
Man, thanks to that ball and personal price you gave me, I was able to scoop me up some new kicks.
Really? I like those. You look like you're ready for a marathon now.
You know, on second thought, we're always looking for some fresh talent. Have you thought about going back and playing?
Really? Man, have I ever. Wow.
Go to the goal. There you go, buddy. Jake.
You for real, Coach?
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing about the personal price, Coach. Everybody at Toyota Gallatin gets it. That's what makes us so special.
Well, on second thought, I think we're all booked up.
Come on, Coach. For real? Give me a shot.
We'll pass.
Oh, come on. Wow.
Luke Lawson will lead off the bottom of the third for VolState. Initially scored a infield single. I had written it down as an error on the shortstop. Not trying to take hits away from these guys. But a scorekeeper doesn't give anything. You're supposed to just call it as you see it. That's the way umpires are and police officers are. And nobody likes an auditor, do they? An auditor comes in. Good night. Nobody likes those people. For 3 years, I was one of them. Right out of college. What an awful way to start a guy out on a business career. An auditor for the state of Tennessee. Lawson with a 2-1 count. It sailed over his head. Second time he's had one that nearly plunked the melon. First one was a breaking pitch. This time, fastball from Chandler Richardson on for his third inning of work as a left-hander is getting loose down the right field bullpen. Swing and a miss. Full count Ministries, full count. Luke struck out 8 times, but he's walked 6. Hits another ground ball to short. Caserta's going to have to hustle here. His throw is not going to be in time. That is a legit infield single. The fleet-footed Luke Lawson. He's 2 for 2. Hitting ground balls to the shortstop. Luke got all the way over to third in the first inning. Was thrown out at the plate after a fly ball off the bat of A.J. Armstrong. Hudson Blank swings, pops one up to the right side. Might be playable over toward the dugout. It will not, unless you're about 9'8" and you want to reach up onto the dugout. But Daniel Isbell is not 9'8". He's the catcher for BCA. And the count goes 0-1 to Blank. He reached on a throwing error by Richardson as the runner is off. Pitch is taken, and Lawson gets in with a stolen base, standing. One count, runner now in scoring position. Swing and a miss on a slider. Richardson gets ahead. Lawson now with 8 stolen bases. Second behind Drew Plummer. Check swing. He did not go. They check with the base umpire. Richardson, the pitcher, is slump-shouldered out there on the mound. Two-two pitch. That's a swing and a miss. Second strikeout of the game for Chandler Richardson. First out of the inning. A.J. Armstrong steps to the plate. He hit a fly ball out to the right fielder. Anthony Martin. I might use my yard card right here, boys. Thinking I'm going to use my yard card right here. Depends. Depends on if he walks. Throw back to second. Yard card is you're guessing that the batter at the plate is going to hit a home run. Now, Alec Tromke plays it a little bit different. If he gets a hit here, you get your yard card back. That's not how we played it. On a walk or a hit by pitch, you don't. And that might have been the pitch right there that I was seeing in my mind that A.J. was going to send out of here. A.J. hitting .238, has one big fly on the year, but another very strong guy. And there was a swing in the pitch. He just didn't connect. two sports star at Cannon County, a former Lion in Woodbury. 1-2 pitch. Pitch is low and outside, and another stolen base for Lawson. Going to work on the third base bag down there. Nice switch of cameras there by Alec Tromke. Good job. Just missed upstairs as AJ is getting a steady diet of breaking pitches. Infield is in with one out. And there's the walk to AJ Walk Armstrong.
Up to bat, Brady.
Third walk of the game, and we'll have a visit. Somebody who is definitely a coach. There we go. I didn't see the other coaches over here. Mike Spears, I'm going to guess, is the pitching coach. They also have a strength coach and a couple other assistant coaches as I look now at the roster that I was given. Mike Spears, strength coach is Bruce Wyand. A couple other of assistant coaches, Mitch Carlson and David O'Brien. So a full staff at BCA, and we'll have a pitching change. We'll go ahead and keep it right here. A.J. Armstrong draws the walk, and it is his 20th of the year. He and Scotty Dean tied with 20 walks. A.J., his walks per plate appearances, though, is probably the top on the team. He's drawn more walks per plate appearance than anybody. Gage Hoover leads the squad with 30 walks. But now with Dean and Dean and Armstrong at the 20 mark, that makes 5 players on VolState's team that have drawn 20 or more walks on the season. That's a lot of free bases, folks. Talking in the dugout before the game, I think it was to Gage Hoover, and tell him the difference between this year's club hitting-wise versus last year's. The leading hitter on the team in terms of hits, Connor Paul, had 42 hits on the season. He also led the team in hitting at 382. Just in total number of hits, VolState had 316 a year ago in, I think that ends up being 45 games. They had a 20-26 record, but one of those wins was a forfeit. That's Devin Neely, actually, the home plate umpire, was telling me the last time that he called a VolState game was that doubleheader down at Jackson State, and game 2 ended in the first inning because of the fight that occurred. He recalled that. That's a lot of extra work for an umpire when that happens. But so in 45 games, VolState had 316 hits a year ago. Already have 275 hits in 34 games, so way ahead is throw over to first base. Not in time. That wind is really whipping now our center field camera. Popped up on the right side by Brady Nepper over his gamble, and he's not going to be able to get to it. That's going to be a bloop single for Brady Nepper. Having to hold tight at first was A.J. Armstrong. Nepper's now 2 for 2. Gamble had a long way to go because he's playing up the middle. It fell 10 feet in fair territory. 2 hits in the inning, 8 for the game. VolState now leads 8-0. As Lawson comes in to score. Squaring it around the bunt is Plummer, and pitch called a strike. 1-1 count to Plum. 2 on, 1 out. Breaking ball slung up there by Cameron Gribble. 6'4", 250-pound left-hander from Maryville, Tennessee. Count now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Richardson goes 2 1/3 innings. 7 hits. As they throw back to second base, and that'll take a bite out of A.J. Armstrong. Three walks, 2 strikeouts for Richardson. Two-two pitch. Grounded to short. Shoveled to second for 1. On to first. Not in time to get Plum, who can scoot down the base path pretty well. So Plum reaches on a fielder's choice. Down to third goes Armstrong. And runners at the corners brought to you by Line to Line and Game Time Sports Field. As Reed Mashinsky steps in. Been on base both times, been hit by a pitch, and he's walked. State has scored in every inning. 4 in the first, 3 in the second. So far 1 here in the third. Infield single and a bloop single. And into a walk as 1 run in. Mashinsky with called strike on the inside corner. Another breaking pitch sails straight in. 1 ball, 1 strike. Our Toyota of Gallatin scoreboard. Somebody must be talking in the ear of whoever's running the scoreboard down there. Is that our former DJ up here? There we go. Devin Neely behind the plate's going to get to the bottom of it. 1-1 inside. Stay tuned later. We'll have our Allie Cassidy Brick and Stone Alumni Spotlight. We'll also have the Toyota of Gallatin Player of the Game at the conclusion, as well as the Full Count Ministries verse of the game. Runner at first goes. Pitch is low and outside. They're going to throw down to third. Back in is Armstrong. Give Drew Plummer a stolen base. Now runners at second and third. Shinsky looking to drive in a run. He's not going to get a chance. He's going to walk. On base average is going up for Reed, but not working on that batting average. And had a chance to do that. Easton Denning's going to come to the plate. He's going to face a left-hander. I'm going to go ahead and pull yard card here again. I'm going to go lefty on lefty, Kobe. Lefty on lefty, yard card. Ground ball, base hit into right field. That'll score 1. They're going to send the runner. Martin's throw is going to be cut off. That is a 2-run single for Easton Denning. He now has 3 RBIs. He's 2 for 3. VolState leads 10-0. Down to second goes Mashinsky. Armstrong and Plummer score. So I lost my yard card in the game. the way that I play it. Gage Hoover stands in. He had a 2-run bomb the last time he came to the plate. His 8th of the year. The homers and the hoppers up in Pittsburgh, they're probably listening in. Might start getting some cookies baked. Gage having a big day right here. 4 RBIs. He's 2 for 2. And has an opportunity to drive in more runs now. Fly ball out to center field. It should be caught. Nate Campbell comes over, and he does make the catch for out number 3. Hoover retired for the first time, but VolState puts 3 more on the board on 3 hits, no errors, 2 runners left on base. We are through 3. We're scheduled for 7. We'll see how long this one goes. It's 10-0.
Take the step. 1, 2, 3, just like that. Take the step, the one you've always wanted to a better you and a brighter future. Choose a path to create, innovate, or educate. A path to your career. One that builds you as a person, or one where you build for the people of the future. Choose a path to save lives or check eyes, to study the human body, soul, and mind, to fight crime both in person or online, to code the market, or be an entertainment rock star. Take the step to your full potential, to everything you've dreamed of. Take the step here, there, and eventually everywhere. With the pros of the profession, the Grammy winners, the commercial producers, the engineers, the doctors. Life is full of steps, so why not make yours count? This is us. This is VolState.
Summit Concrete called to the bullpen for VolState. Freshman Jack Lester comes out of the bullpen, 6'1", 205-pound freshman from Collierville, Tennessee. Attended Collierville High School. He's a psychology major, the son of Blaine and Gina Lester, brother to Mackenzie and Sadie, grandson of Granddaddy and Grandmama. They're down in the Villages of Florida. Papa Hop and Gigi, they're in Collierville. Although Papa Hop, I don't see him here. He'll come up for some midweek games. Apparently he had some other things scheduled today. Lester on in relief of Caden Blackford, who went a perfect 1 inning of work. Struck out 1, did not allow a hit. Lester's overhand breaking pitch outside the zone. Jack is a 2-way player. Might see him pitch hit later on. There's a breaking pitch. Nips the outside corner to Daniel Isbell, who grounded out to short. Here's the first plate appearance. So the third pitcher, there's smoke down to first base. Nice glove work by Easton Denning at first. As that took a higher hop than you might have thought. But retires Isbell. State last 3 pitchers have retired the last 7 batters for BCA. Nate Campbell, he has the only hit of the game. Infield single. It was a little tapper that R.J. Moore had the field off the mound. Another breaking pitch, swung on and missed. Moore could not get it to first base quick enough. Campbell reached. Breaking pitch, that's 3 in a row. And a good morning, a good afternoon, a good night. And a Chick-fil-A Gallatin strikeout for Jack Lester.
After that, Hayden Thompson.
Now Hayden Thompson, who walked in the second, stands in. Foul at the plate. R.J. Moore started, faced 10 batters. Give up only 1 hit, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. Did hit 2 batters. That apparently missed a little bit high. Looked like a pretty good pitch to hit. But Thompson did not offer, and pitch called a ball as that fastball nips at the outside corner for a called strike. Lester on for only his 3rd appearance of the year. He did get a win. He's got a 6.75 ERA and 4 innings of work, giving up 4 hits, 3 runs that were earned. Has walked 3, struck out 4. 1-2 pitch stays inside just below the left elbow of number 5, the third baseman, Hayden Thompson. Count goes 2 balls and 2 strikes. Line down the right field line, it will land foul, though. Young man from Jacksonville, Texas. If his family's listening in, is that Marshall County? Is Jacksonville? I want to say they had a tomato fest there. Popped up on the left side. That'll be out in shallow left center field. On comes Hoover, and he's not going to be able to make the catch. Nepper looked like he might have been out underneath that one, and Hoover called him off, but the wind is blowing in from center field a little bit and may have caused that ball to not travel as far, but it'll be ruled a hit. So a bloop single by Thompson brings Will Clevenger to the plate. East Texas, maybe all of Texas, but East Texas where I lived for 8 years, they had, every little town had like a little festival. Ground ball to the left side. A.J. Armstrong gloves. He'll go the short way over to Plummer to force Thompson out at second base. So I'd love to know if you're from the Jacksonville, Texas area. We'll go ahead and keep it here. We'll do our Allie Cassidy Brick and Stone Alumni Spotlight now. Sure, we're going to get to it in the 5th, so we'll do it right now before we get to the bottom of the 4th. Our Allie Cassidy Brick and Stone Alumni Spotlight today is Steve Moffitt, left-handed pitcher. Pitched here at VolState in 1979, 1980, and he's got a brick at the alumni patio, and I believe Steve Moffitt went on to pitch at Lipscomb University. I think he was there when I was at Belmont. I don't remember specifically facing Steve, but I did meet him later in adult life, and just in our conversations, I think there was a couple Moffitt boys, and I'm not sure if he is the one who had the sons that played they were at Good Pasture, and then one went to Belmont and went on or not, but it is a name that is on the brick. If you have a sophomore or player that's leaving VolState and you want to commemorate their time here at VolState Baseball, send me an email to treesports@gmail.com. I'll get you the information. You can purchase a brick. I'll be happy to put it in the patio myself. Scotty Dean is such a player. Love to have a brick with Scotty's name on it, although it's only 1 year. But love to have Scotty's name. Catcher, DH. 1-1 pitch, fouled straight back. Scotty's walked and scored in the game and struck out to end the second. I want to thank Allie Cassidy Brick and Stone for their support of VolState baseball. My former neighbor, friend of mine, Randy West, one of the owners of Allie Cassidy Brick and Stone. They donated a pallet of brick pavers for our alumni patio, and Keith Green, the division manager over at Gallatin Yard, made sure that happened last year. Lined out to right field. That's going to get over the head. No, it won't. As Anthony Martin turned to his right and then came back to his left and made a nice over-the-shoulder catch. Well-struck ball by Scotty Dean is the first out of the fourth. Cameron Gribble back out on the mound for BCA. Dean now 0 for 2. As Luke Lawson stands in, he's 2 for 2. It's a breaking pitch that he takes for a called strike. Richard Waltz, the father of Carter Waltz, left-handed pitcher from VolState. That ball's drilled out to center field. Nate Campbell comes in, and he's going to make the catch for out number 2. So a couple of lineouts to the outfield. VolState not put a runner on base yet in this inning. Brings up Hudson Blank. Richard Waltz is the division manager of the Alley Cassidy Brick and Stone yard in Clarksville. They've got locations in Tennessee, Georgia, Kentucky, Alabama. They've been in business since 1879. I want to say Randy's great-grandfather helped start that business or got into it later. The West family apparently didn't get their name into the business name, though. Alley and Cassidy is the name. Probably going to need some help with some new brick in the bullpens as Blank hits one off the end of the bat. It'll go foul. Count goes 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hudson reached on an error in the first, struck out in the third. There's Ms. Gooseby. She's here. Gallatin. They just live right here in Gallatin. Abe Goolsby's family. And I think that's her daughter that comes to the games. 2-2 pitch to Blank. Breaking pitch in the dirt. And we'll have a Full Count Ministries full count. Coming out of the New Testament for our verse of the game in, I think, both games. We are. Coming out of the Gospels is full count, first pitch, foul ball over is Clevenger to the fence, but it will land in the stands. And Hudson Blank has a chance to get on base here in the fourth. Big thank you to the Blank family. They provided lunch this past series. That's breaking pitch on the outside corner, and Hudson's going to have to take that one for a called strike. The first strikeout of the game for Cameron Gribble, and he gets a 1-2-3 inning. VolState now 3 outs away from winning this one early, up 10-0 as we head to the top of the 5th. You're listening to the VolState Sports Network.
Welcome to the VolState Nursing Lab. The simulation lab allows students to come in a safe environment and practice real-world patient care without worrying about harming patients. We have 5 high-fidelity mannequins that we use with our nursing students in our lab to simulate real-world scenarios that they're going to see once they're out in the hospitals working. We have an adult mannequin, as you see here. She simulates everything from a normal patient to wounds to trachs, IVs. You can give her medications. We have pediatric mannequins. We have a mom mannequin. We also have other models to where students can start IVs. They can put tubes and drains in. They can remove tubes and drains, do wound care. Also, if we lose clinical placement, then students can still simulate those real-world experiences in the lab to get the same experience and be prepared when they graduate and enter the workforce as a nurse.
Summit Concrete call to the bullpen for VolState. Braxton Alexander, another Cannon County Lion. As Gloria Taylor and Paris Howard, they're gone. They came up for a quick visit. A couple of camera operators for basketball, and they're getting involved in the radio and television program here at VolState. Now, tell me again, Paris, are you sophomore or freshman? Both of you? Okay. I thought that when I met you, you're going to MTSU. Okay. You know, both of you? You're a package deal? You worked an NIL deal? They got an NIL deal as camera operators over there for the Blue Raiders. Well, great. Well, it's good seeing you guys. Thanks for coming up and saying howdy. Braxton Alexander, the new pitcher on for VolState. A red shirt sophomore. Delivers a fastball that is high. 6 foot, 195 pound left-hander. He's a pre-nursing major. He's already got his degree. Son of Brian and Andrea Alexander. Delivers a fastball in there. It's fouled off by Anthony Martin, the 9-hole hitter. He struck out in his first plate appearance. Alexander facing 9-1-2 here in the 5th. BCA does not score here, then this game will be over as John Barlow, the head coach, wants to have a chat with Anthony Martin. Not really sure. Maybe looks to me like he might have injured himself on that swing. 1 ball, 1 strike count, so we might have a new batter. But Braxton Alexander is the older brother to Andrew and got grandparents in Reedville, Papa and Mimi. We will have a pinch hitter for Anthony Martin. Number 20 is our new pinch hitter, Nate Clark. So Nate Clark probably will take over in right field. So Martin has to leave after a 1-1 count. Let's see where Nate's from. He's from Vermont. Not even going to try that city. Starts with a Q and ends with a couple E's. I said I wasn't going to try it. 5'7", 170 pounds. I told him to take a picture of it. 1-2 pitches down low. Braxton Alexander, the 4th pitcher on for VolState. R.J. Moore went the first 2 innings. Alexander does not get the call on the fastball outside. It's a swinging strikeout. Chick-fil-A, a Gallatin strikeout. Back to the top of the lineup, shortstop Connor Caserta. Alexander's 8th appearance of the year. He has 1 save. 7 1/3 innings. He's given up 8 hits, 2 runs, only 1 of those earned. Walked 9, struck out 6, make it 7. 1.23 ERA for the left-hander. Jack Lester went 1 inning of work. Gave up 1 hit, no runs, no walks, struck out a batter. Faced 4 in the contest. 1-1 pitch. Sails high and away. Braxton is a 2nd-year member of the Full Count 242 discipleship group. Swing and a miss. On a nice breaking pitch there. He and Parker White, who I understand is probably back at his apartment, not feeling well. Parker, if you're listening in, call your mom, call your dad, let them know. Ground ball to 3rd. Armstrong gonna bobble that one, and that's not Armstrong. That's Abe Goolsby, isn't it? Down at 3rd base. So Goolsby is our new 3rd baseman. Get that heads up. We can play 1st or 3rd. Got his first He might have been in the on-deck circle when Hudson Blank was at the plate. Caserta reaches on the air, and that brings up Chance Geisgond. Hope I'm saying that right. Gillsby, 6'3", 215-pound freshman from right here in Gallatin. Went to Gallatin High School. His mom, Molly, and his dad, Keith. I know that Molly's here. They were sitting right in front of the press box. That's his sister, Amy. He's got a brother, Adam, who played baseball at Lee University. Uncle Bryant, Uncle Rick, Aunt Mary, and Uncle Wes. They follow Abe Gillsby in his baseball career. 1-2 pitch, swung on a miss, and another Chick-fil-A Gallatin strikeout.
Now look at that. J.C. Gamble.
That's 2 in the game for BA. And BCA now down to their final out. J.C. Gamble steps in. He's 0 for 2. Swing and a miss on a breaking pitch. Put Gillsby entering the game in the top of the 5th if you're scoring at home. You got any other changes out there in the outfield or in the field that you can see? Don't see it. Two balls and a strike. J.C. Gamble is not offered the high fastball. Strike 2. Gamble thought he had him a walk, but instead he's going to face a full count Ministries full count. Runner at first will be off on the pitch, or he should. It's the switch hitting J.C. Gamble, batting right-handed for the first time, and draws the walk. Alexander trying to cut down on those walks every time he gets an opportunity to throw. He's going to face the cleanup hitter, Trent Handcamp. He's been hit by a pitch and struck out. Alexander, a couple looks back at second and delivers, swing and a miss. Medical red shirt last year. Braxton Alexander, in his freshman year, got 3 appearances. Gave up 4 hits. And only 1 walk and 3 strikeouts in his freshman year. Had surgery on that left arm in the fall of his sophomore year. Sat out, was actually our PA announcer, BA the PA, was the public address announcer. Gets a call on the breaking pitch there to Handcamp, and now VolState is a strike away from ending this game early. Alexander delivers, slider low and inside. Blank gets enough of the glove on it to keep it in the dirt area. All natural surface here at Pioneer Field, other than just a little swath right behind home plate, a little semicircle between the dirt and the grass. Not sure when that was put in or why, but it's there. 2-2 is fouled straight back. 320 or so down the lines here at Pioneer Field. 350 to 355 in the alleys. 380 to dead center field. 380 doesn't sound like it's all that far, but that 30 to 40 foot fence that's out there in center field keeps a lot of balls from going out. That ball's going to get out of here, but it's going to be foul right off of the Bobby Hudson Pavilion down the right field line. He's the grill master here at VolState, our athletic director, former coach, softball, basketball, men's and women's. Two pitch, just missed somewhere. High or outside, and we'll have a full count. Ministries full count. And we'll have the Toyota of Gallatin player of the game and the Full Count Ministries verse of the game when this one concludes. The full count pitch is high and away, ball 4. Base is now loaded. Inning should have been over.
Now up to bat, Daniel Isbell.
Trevor Mootsie will get some camera time. He'll come out to have a chat with Braxton Alexander. Try to settle him down, and BCA scores here. Then VolState will bat in the bottom of the 5th. Daniel Isbell, who's grounded out twice, will step to the plate. A little lefty on lefty action. Mississippi State has played a number of teams in the TCCAA this year. Their schedule is online. Brett Carroll, a former MTSU player. Ground ball to second. This should end it. Plummer up with it and over to Denning to retire Isbell and retire the Athletics as VolState gets the 10-0 victory. This one belongs to the Pioneers in a game that takes an hour and 37 minutes. 61 degrees at game time. Winning pitcher will be R.J. Moore. He will move to 1-1. That's his, I believe that's his first collegiate victory. He got the 2-inning start. And the losing pitcher is Chandler Richardson. I don't have stats on BCA, so we'll just leave that blank. This is not a live scoring game. VolState, 10 runs, 9 hits, 1 error. BCA, no runs, 2 hits, and I think they had only 1 error in the game. The one with Luke Lawson I had a question about, but 1 error in the game. VolState moves to 24-11 overall record. And game 2 will start in approximately 30 minutes from now. Our Toyota Gallatin player of the game, Gage Hoover, who goes 2 for 3, had 4 RBIs, had a 2-run single in the first and a 2-run home run, his 8th of the year in the second inning. Finished 2 for 3, scoring twice. So Gage Hoover is your Toyota of Gallatin player of the game. They're located right across the street from this eastern entrance of VolState. Looking for a new car, used car. If you just need service, go see my friend Emily Smith in their service department. General Sales Manager Jake Thompson of Facebook fame. And Eric Carr is the general manager. Go over there and tell him Tim Reese sent you. If you need a new car or used car, go see my buddy Wayne Hobdy. Sold me my Tundra pickup truck. He sold head softball coach Christian Lynn his new RAV4. He's neighbors with the Lynn's, Johnny, and Kimberly Lynn. Well, that'll do it for game 1. No, it won't. We got our Full Count Ministries verse of the game I got to get to. Thanks to Full Count Ministries. We're going to go out of the book of Luke. What do I have pulled out of there? Luke 9:23, former memory verse for me. Then he said to them all, whoever wants to be my disciple must deny themselves and take up their cross daily and follow me. Luke 9:23, our Full Count Ministries verse of the game. Again, thanks to the folks at Full Count Ministry for the use of their equipment. We're getting less and less of their equipment thanks to Bobby Hudson and chief engineer here at VolState, A.J. Fawson. So maybe one of these days, full count. Might not even need these cameras for their summer league. They're looking at a new system over at Drakes Creek Park. Well, that'll do it for game one. VolState takes the 10-0 win in 4.5 innings. Here's the mercy rule is implied. We'll be back with game two shortly right here on the same channel 19 and on the VolState Sports Network on YouTube. For Dr. Wendy L. Tossenson, the president here at VolState, athletic director Bobby Hudson, and head coach Jim McGuire, this is Tim Reese saying so long for now. We'll be right back on the VolState Sports Network.